Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Loading Time Podcast. Yep, you're joined by myself, Elijah, Sean, Demi. Oh, three musketeers
Sup,
back again.
nerds. Yeah.
Some nerds.
Feel like
Nerds are cool now, apparently. Speaking of which, tangent, I'm gonna go on it. They said that they did a poll of what women find the least attractive, and guess what's not in that that top 10 list. Yeah,
they're not in there. I think nerds are making a comeback. Lots of women classify themselves as nerds now as well. Maybe that's why.
The mad thing that wasn't even on the list was video games. Like the least, the biggest turn-offs for women. They had anime in there. They had
anime was a turn-off.
Anime was a turn. I know, right? Anime was in there.
They think it's porn.
Like card games and all of that stuff. Yeah, it was.
Wasn't it Oloni that said if you wanna have good sex, have sex with a guy that likes anime.
Really?
what's not to like about anime?
Stamina is mad.
The stamina.
Yeah, stamina is crazy. Actually, I take that back. I remember way back, some of my friends at uni, they're like, "Oh, you guys still watch anime? Like, you guys like chill?" And these are like guys our age. They just didn't see it. They just don't get it.
I think I had a really like in school, for example, because I was watching it when I was in school, but the Cartoon Network stuff just seems much more like they've like rebranded it for like kids. I mean, even how it got into this country in the first place, like, there's cartoons for kids. We're getting Pokemon, we're getting like Digimon and stuff, and then Dragon Ball Z slipping through the cracks a little bit. Because I wouldn't say Dragon Ball Z is for kids, really. Like, I think kids can enjoy it. I think kids can enjoy it, but I don't say it's like targeted at children. I mean, you can even argue like, Pokemon is targeted at children, but like there was like what's that thing called again? Something Star. Was it Guilt Star or something? I remember. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Outlaw Star.
Outlaw Star, which definitely isn't for kids. That was on like Toonami.
Yeah, which is a bit more mature, wasn't it?
Yeah, like a much more like mature, like nowhere near as near as like Ghost in the Shell, but very sort of like shonen, type stuff.
Did you man watch Ghost in the Shell on I don't think it was on Toonami. I only knew about it when I
watched it on like a DVD. Like one of my mom's friends had it, and I was watching. I had no idea what was going on. I was too young. It's so politically heavy.
Yeah.
I should watch it again.
It's so mad that it's so mature that at the time, the first time I heard about it was like 2006. I came back from Sierra Leone, and they had this now. I think the channel's is gone now. It was called Anime Central that they only showed between 11 and you remember that? Yeah, between like 11 and 1 or something, some obscure channel on Sky. Yeah, that's when I first knew about. Yeah, it was just like a 2 hour, like a 3 hour, 2 to 3 hour slot. That's when I knew about Bleach. I knew about Ghost in the Shell. There was this other like anime based on cards and stuff. They're pretty good anime at the time, but pretty mature.
Yeah.
And then it got defunct, and I was like, I can never watch these again. And then I realized, they're actually on YouTube, and you can find them.
It's funny how like that came in. It's just like the shift.
It was bare random. I was like, why would they put it on 11 to 1?
We're like, this was not
the audience
safe
is just
it's not safe for kids, so we can't.
The target audience is teenagers, but they're not going to watch the show up past midnight.
One Piece is just like a lie, because lots of kids are like into One Piece. This stuff is dark stuff.
It looks kiddie though. When you look at One Piece, it looks
dark
very
stuff in there.
Very dark elements and
really dark elements in there. And I'm like, okay, well, One Piece wasn't Toonami as well.
Oh really? I never watched One Piece on Toonami. One Piece wasn't
Toonami. That's when basically they used to like give all the all the policemen like water guns or whatever, instead of like
was it Toonami?
Yeah, it was on. Well, it was on
Toonami. It can't be Toonami.
Wasn't it on Cartoon Network? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it's Cartoon Network.
Or 4Kids. One of those channels.
It was definitely on Cartoon Network, actually. Yeah.
Okay, if it's on Cartoon Network, it can't be 4Kids. 4Kids is wasn't that Sky or something?
4Kids basically had the rights for it or something in the West or something like that. But I remember it being on Cartoon Network or. It wasn't Fox Kids because Fox Kids
was the same channel Dragon Ball Z was on. So
I think it was Cartoon Network.
It must have been on Cartoon Network then.
But they used to like change. They censored so much.
They were random, man. Look at Powerpuff Girls, and that stuff was violent as hell. They were beating the brains out of Mojo Jojo. And it wasn't on Toonami, it wasn't on Adult Swim. Yeah. It was on Cartoon Network, and they got blood, the teeth coming out, the eyes.
It's basically the same, but in that one's like, it's just a joke. Whereas in this one, it's like, no.
Did you see that? Bro,
I've seen
the episode of Powerpuff Girls when they're beating up Qatar's coming out of his nose. Saliva's coming out of his mouth. He's just there in the pool of his own saliva.
They used to have Ren and Stimpy as normal TV. The amount of like innuendos in Tom and Jerry, the amount of innuendos in like Looney Tunes. Like there's so many innuendos in this stuff.
Even Cow and Chicken, if you remember that.
Cow and Chicken. Cow and Chicken.
Just random. The devil that
like
his arse out was weird. Man.
What's that one? Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah, that was creepy.
That was just scary. That was just like I was genuinely like watching. I'm like.
Yeah. So it's funny.
Big up Courage,
like,
man.
Oh,
big up Courage.
This stuff, the stuff that has to they bring in. They're like, oh no, this stuff is too hardcore. Let's put it on at 11. It's like, but you're showing Ren and Stimpy and Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Ren and Stimpy was weird, man.
4,
so weird. I don't know how that got. How that got greenlit? How it got greenlit and put on Cartoon Network? I'll never.
They could get away with so much back then, innit? So
remember, like we were saying, like Spider-Man. Spider-Man wasn't allowed to punch people.
Yeah.
In like the old school cartoons, like it was, he literally wasn't allowed to punch you. You know, he has to throw things at people.
Yeah,
like he would throw a brick at you, but he's not licensed. Contractually, they couldn't draw him punching anybody, which is just like, how is that? How is this better? What does make any sense?
It just looks weird.
Silly. Yeah. Censorship is just like a weird thing, and we will talk about censorship eventually. But
we will, man. Speaking of recommendations, right? We'll touch on One Piece. I'm trying to go through my One Piece pilgrimage. Right? Because this is like I'm making a trip to Mecca, bro. It's long. It's like an odyssey. It's taking time. I'm tired. Sometimes I'm looking at this like, is this even worth it? You know, I'm thinking I'm doing it for the culture, but mate, I can't lie to you, man. This ain't. I'm just thinking, what do people see in this shit? Like they're going out of their way to like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. And you're you're saying it's peak.
It's interesting
peak anime,
as well because
right?
I was like you, Elijah, when I used to read all the comics. Didn't watch it all, but I used to read all the comics, keep up to date with stuff. And Tega would just be like, "Oh, did you see the next chapter?" And I'd just be sitting there like, "I don't get it. I don't get." There's literally like videos of me on this podcast, literally saying like, "I don't really understand I like it, but I was like, you guys are getting super hype about this thing. I don't get it." And then I started rewatching it, and I was like, you know what? You might be onto something, you know. There's some stuff. I'm feeling things now. I'm like, oh, that's why that person showed up. Oh, so that's why that. But it's like you understand the fact that you're watching it for the first time. And you're like, why? And like you said, like it's so long, and it's almost like, you know, if he goes on hiatus or whatever, which he hasn't done for very long. I mean, now the chapters aren't really that fast, but like there are characters that you just don't remember. And he'll name drop someone and you're like, who that? I don't know who that is. Why should I care? Like I have a feeling that Tega, no spoiler, but I found out Tega knew much more about Bonnie than when she shows up in the town as like an old woman. She sneaks away and stuff. Like, I feel like Tega knew so much about that situation. I just saw it and I was like, who's this? But I don't know what's going on. Like, I was lost. But now I'm like, there's so much to it. And maybe you won't. It's a shame that, I don't know, maybe because you're doing it a bit more like focused when I got the first part of it. I think I might even skip quite a lot of the manga because I was like, oh, I know what happens with the cartoon anyway.
Oh, wow.
And that was a mistake. Because I watched quite a lot of the cartoon. And then I was like, oh, I'll just pick it up from that spot in the manga. But that was a mistake.
Yeah, that's
like
what
I should have started again.
Oh, wow,
So maybe
I couldn't, man. I couldn't.
Yeah, so maybe like, well, did you do that then? Did you just skip?
No, I've read it. I've read everything, but I genuinely, I don't know why, because it's such a gap between when I started. I can't remember like what, and I know like Water 7, for example, Frankie's bit when they find him and everything, and I know that story is sick, but I genuinely can't remember what happened. And I know I've read it, and I know I've read it.
That's when it peaked for me.
I know, because that's what made. Because I remember reading, and I'm like, I didn't stop. I kept going and going. I think where I stopped was like where's that Halloween bit that they're in? I can't remember what it's called.
Thriller Bark.
And I was just like, this thing is ass, bro. This is
Thriller Bark is a bit long. I can't lie.
Wow, this is so boring. I was just like, I'm gonna take a break.
There's also law drops in that one as well.
I know now because I kind of read it backwards
until you're like present.
Because even some of the stuff they're talking about, the hieroglyphs and stuff, because I knew what was going on in the current bit, I was like, oh, okay, this actually makes a little bit of sense.
Some of the zombies that get resurrected, you're like, hey, that looks familiar. Like, there's quite a lot in there.
They've got bits like when they're rescuing Robin, when they're doing even the one with the whale that keeps hitting his head, you know, what the hell's going on? and then the lead up to Brooke, and knowing that how the Wales connections with Brooke and his team, and oh my day, that's actually really good.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of just
I feel like
so much filler, man.
It's really slow. And there's one thing I didn't like about it, which sort of changed a bit after Big Mom's arc stuff, was that there was like a formula that I felt kept happening, where they'd go to an island, they'd meet a bunch of people, there'd be a bunch of characters, everything would seem sort of fine, not always, but seemed sort of fine, and then they'd realize there's this like underbelly of like corruption or like this really like weird stuff happening, and then Luffy would get in trouble, some mad stuff, and then like there might be a Marine there, maybe, and then they sort of like they uncover the plot, and then they fight the bad guy. Everybody has their own like one-on-one situation, not everyone, but some of them have like one-on-one situation, and then it resolves. They have a party, and then they leave, and it repeats essentially. And I felt like that was happening a lot.
Yeah,
and it felt a little bit like predictable, like quite predictable.
Mm.
Ennie's lobby. I don't know if it's
Ennie's lobby. Yeah,
that was obviously a bit different because of the statement they were trying to make was like there, and obviously he had this whole thing with like Usopp and stuff. So there was a lot more like drama there. You know what I mean? Where there's like animosity in the team, and then for Big Mom stuff, because actually like Big Mom's ones was like everybody's too strong. We actually like can't fight one-on-one on these people, and that was when I was like, oh, this is a bit different now because they've changed like the narrative a bit. Like, okay, how are they going to get out of this basically? And they just had to run. Like that, I think that they're part of it. I was like, oh, I'm in this again, but I still wasn't like really hyped until I went back and I was like, oh, actually, they're all these like threads woven together. And the current arc, the last arc in Egghead Island or whatever with what's his face stuff. What's his name? Mr. Palm Man.
Clover.
Kuma.
Yeah.
Kuma's story is like.
Yeah.
Like when you get there, you don't probably don't know about Kuma's story yet, do you?
I've tried to deliberately not not looked at it yet.
Like you're very far away from it, obviously, because you're only on like.
Mate, I'm not even reached Katakuri. And I remember my brother talking about that 4 years ago. I am so. No, they were complaining about it 3 years ago, and I know I'm way. God, it's not even free.
That's not that bad though. That's not that far.
That's far, man. Hey,
what?
Whole Cake Island, that is way away. Okay. Back when Sanji was being up. Anyway. Katakuri is Whole Cake Island. Is Big Mom's boy.
Oh yeah, it's not that far away though.
That's like 4 years. That is far. I was speaking about that 4 years ago with my brother. That was far away, mate.
But if you're reading it, it will fly by. Like I feel
I'm not. I can't read it. I just can't. I can't.
Oh, are you watching
visualize.
it at the moment?
I'm watching it on One Pace.
Oh,
but I can't read.
Did you skip the fillers, by the way?
Yeah, One Pace.
One Pace. Yeah, it's One Pace. It kills the fillers. Yeah.
Oh,
I can't read it. The manga, I can't look at it. I just don't understand. I need to. I don't know what it is about One Piece's artwork. I just can't.
I mean, the art and the anime are pretty similar though.
But I can actually see what's going on in the anime. Like I don't have to like. Okay. There's so much going on in One Piece panels. Right. I tried it and I was just like, you know what? It's better for me to actually. The better way for me to consume it is through anime. I mean, it's actually taking forever decent. Though.
Yeah, it's pretty decent though.
I might switch back to manga just so I can.
I mean, if you're, I think like the further you get along with it, the quality, like the style obviously has a style, but the quality does like go up. Like the fights get much better. The emotional like heights are delivered very differently than in the manga, I think. So I think like there's no need to like stop watching it. Like I'd say like keep watching it if you're watching it.
Because I want to catch up. It's actually gone to the point where, bro, look at me. I'm on. I just want to tell you where I am, and I'm not even close to where the current arc is. I'm on. This is just Roast to 11, 10, episode 718, bro.
I mean, they're only like 300.
And best believe I'm not even halfway through. I don't even think I'm halfway through this.
No, you're more than halfway through. Surely.
Okay, so let's see what One Piece have to say about. Let me come off Just Roaster for a second.
No, I think you're more than halfway through.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna surprise you, bro. Wait a second. Let me just find out. Okay, Whole Cake.
This is funny as hell, man.
I'm literally Googling it. I'm like,
hold on a second. Let me just double check this again because I've lost it.
where's this thing?
Okay, so Egghead is 1,058.
Yeah.
That's where it starts.
Yeah, so you're more than halfway.
Okay, so if I've got 300 bloody
Yeah, there you go.
episodes to watch. 300. That's a whole. That's Bleach. That's the entire franchise of Bleach. Basically, I've got to catch up.
You have to do this in sprints, like.
I mean, I literally just watch like 10 episodes at a time because I'm
trying to, but it's hard. I
get not much because some of it I'm just like, it's a lot of his exposition anyway. Like I'm doing something else. I'm doing something else while it's on. Sometimes because it's.
But then how do you know what's going on?
I'm looking at it, innit? I'm just also like doing other stuff. I'm like,
in Japanese,
like,
English dub or Japanese.
I'm reading it at the same time.
I don't know how you could do that. To be honest,
bro, he ain't got a clue what's going on. You don't know what's going on, bro. There's no way.
I'm literally doing like my code when I'm talking to you people. This is how I live
my life. I have to go to Tega. He's a law master. He knows everything. If I need a little bit of clarification, I'll just go to Tega.
I mean, no. I think like you should keep at it. Like
I will, but I'm gonna switch back to manga because I just need to catch up. Fine, this is taking too long. I remember JJK. I did 50 chapters in a day. It was whiz through it.
Right.
I think I need to go back to that. Anyway, that's my. I don't know. I don't think it's a recommendation, but
it's your journey.
It's my journey right now. That's what I'm doing. I don't know if I'd recommend anyone to read 1,000 chapters of what I think is kind of.
Like, yeah, read it if you don't have anything better.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think it's kind of overrated. But we'll see it.
It's fair.
Let me finish it before I come to that.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm not that impressed, man. I can't lie.
I mean, to be honest, like I'd almost feel like you probably don't need to get to the end to get up to date to then have an opinion because you've read 700 chapters or watched 700 episodes or whatever. I think if you're like, I think this thing's a bit overhyped at that point. I think that's a fair statement to have, or for a feeling to have. Yeah, personally.
Yeah, it's overhyped. I can't lie, it's overhyped. But I'll do it for the culture because we need to just talk about things. So I'll try my best. But like wow,
homework.
When people telling me about this manga, anime, and this is what I'm reading, I'm like, yo, okay, all right.
Dedication, bro.
I see.
I was when I went out with Josh last week. Went to the anime restaurant, and then there's this anime restaurant in Uzumaki, and it's just like anime everywhere, and you get anime based food and stuff. Food was nice.
Food is nice.
Yeah, the ramen
is the wall or something.
AI, no, it's hand drawn stuff on the wall.
Okay, I've never heard of this place.
And the food was nice, man. But there was a girl that was sitting next to us, a black girl, and we were just talking about anime like the whole night. And she's like more into her 90s stuff. But she was talking. We mentioned One Piece as well. And she was just like, yeah, she's a bit like you, Elijah. She's like, she doesn't understand what the hype is and stuff. But when I said, oh, One Piece on the surface is about pirates, but underneath it's about racism and genocide. And she was just like, this is the first time someone's actually said that to me. I'm like, who's talking to you about this thing?
People
anyone that's a One Piece fan would tell you that that's about what it's about.
No, they don't. People haven't got a clue. I'm telling you, bro.
How do they not have a clue? That's the story.
You look at social media when people are making those parallels to genocide and racism and all and discrimination, and people are like, no, that's not what One Piece is about.
It's like it totally is. But
Star Wars, there's the same thing about Star Wars. Like, how do you not take away like the fight against the rebellion, the fight against authoritarianism, and all? And they're like, oh, no, that's just...
I think some people just don't really see the world that way, maybe.
They just don't see it like that, man. Yeah.
They just want to see power-ups.
Yeah, it's just power-ups. It's just power-ups.
Luffy, gear 5, gear 6. Oh,
yeah, it's just power-ups. Okay. What was your... David, do you want to do your...
what
you've been doing?
Yes.
I'm currently playing Prince of Persia, Lost Crown. It's a good game. I'm enjoying it. Like I said before we started recording, it's not Hollow Knight, but it's good. It's one of the... It's filling it off the void a bit for me. I like the combat system. I think it's quite creative. The power-ups are quite creative as well. The puzzles are annoying. And the reward for the puzzles, I'm just like, I'm not so...
Yeah, the jump puzzles are fun.
I just can't be bothered because Hollow Knight, those jumping puzzles,
I feel like they're similar. They're similar. Like the time part of it really the time bit
is very like annoying because just like, oh god, I don't want to do time puzzles. It's just like I don't want to think that heavy, so I just I just went on YouTube and for some of those puzzles because I cannot be bothered.
Yeah, I hear it.
I can't be bothered.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Like Hollow Knight had puzzles, but it didn't have it to that level. It was just platforming.
It's interesting, actually.
Knight
like
for the most part.
There's obviously nothing wrong with like YouTubing the answer for stuff. Because I obviously played the same game. I didn't do all of the jumpers, but I think I did a heavy amount of them. Like I got a lot of the extra stuff because I was playing on the hard mode, so I just wanted as many power ups as I could. And some of them were annoying, but not annoying that in the way that I'm like, oh, this is unfair. Just annoying, like, okay, I need to like, because some of them they're like, I mean, I'm taking everything. They're like, maybe take it a minute to get to a certain spot, right? And then there's like a checkpoint, maybe in a minute, 10 seconds, right? And if you don't make it to that extra 10 seconds, you start all the way back.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then basically that puzzle that tripped you up, you don't really know what you're supposed to do because you just got there and lost.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, what happened? And then it takes you back. And you're like, okay, and now I need to get all the way there flawlessly because I don't have a checkpoint in between this. And just try and maybe fail again to try and figure out. You're basically trying to like test a theory in that thing. Like, oh, should I leave a copy of myself here and then jump to this thing and then teleport back? Will that work? And then it doesn't work, and you have to start doing that all over again. And that is annoying.
It's annoying. That was like, nah. For the most part, if it's like a jump-in puzzle, like when you're avoiding things and stuff, for the most part, apart from that one I was telling you about, that I'm just not gonna do. But like, cause of Hollow Knight, like I really enjoyed the obstacle puzzles. I can do these ones with the spikes everywhere, and you just have to be very precise with your jumping and stuff. That's fine with me. But if I have to do some, I don't know, some masters in thinking for me to just get a coin, I'm gonna go online.
Please get a coin.
I'm gonna go online. I just don't have that kind of time.
It's funny. I love it's just like you're a gamer that's like, I got shit to do.
Yeah, I do have things to do.
I was like, I came here hurry to relax.
And I'm stressed. I'm good.
Can you still play an 80-hour game? You think you got
80?
in you?
You say 80 hours?
80 hour?
Yeah, like a typical RPG, JRPG.
Yeah,
70,
if you're doing all the extras, right?
Hours.
Not like 80 hours. Like
if I'm enjoying it,
if you're doing all the extras.
All right, okay.
Yeah, if I'm enjoying it, I can do it. Yeah,
I hear it. Right, man. How about you?
I've been doing quite a lot of things actually. So currently, obviously playing Clay Obscura, enjoying it. Trying to work. Something happened, and I was like, what does this mean? I'm trying to like work out what's happening because everybody's like, without spoiling stuff, people are using names that they shouldn't be using, and I was like, why are you using that name? What's happening? And then realizing that, oh yeah, that boss also had a dagger and a sword. Why did that boss also have a dagger and a sword? I'm not sure. Again, I'm trying not to spoil anything, but there was a bunch of stuff, and people keep saying stuff, and I'm like, something weird is happening. Like, what's with these people? And anyway, but I'm enjoying it. Like I enjoy games like this where you have to like sort of build your character. They sort of have like a not blank slate. So they have like a structure of what they're good at, and what they're probably not as good at. And the game lets you like get these things called pictos, and each picto has like a different sort of like bonus to it. Like for example, if you hit something, you might get more resource or like a bonus resource. If you counter, you might get, you can do more damage, so on and so forth. And I like games that let you just sort of like build like synergy between your characters and stuff. So I'm very much enjoying that. They give you a lot of pictos though, and you're like, oh, let me throw this one in and see what it does. And there's some parts where I'm like, oh, I can't break 999 damage. So it's like, oh, can I do 999 damage on multiple hits and so on and so forth. Like it's good, and I'm enjoying the parry system. So that's fun. Also started reading a manga called The Bugle Call. I bumped into it a couple of weeks ago, and I read like the first chapter, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. Like a really interesting premise. The art's decent. The art's good, actually. I'm interested. The art's good. It seems like quite mature. Sorry,
heard that.
She's playing something.
Okay, that's funny.
Like, oh.
Wife is screaming in the background. That's so funny.
I'll tell you about what that is in a second.
It's the puzzle game, right?
Fine. Yeah, it's a different puzzle game. Don't apologize. You're fine. You're fine.
That's hilarious.
Oh. Anyway, so basically, like It's called Bugle Call. It's really it's good. Like it's quite clever with the powers and stuff. Like I'm on a bit with like some woman who she controls mirrors. And the way she uses her powers is like really well put together. There's a nice like world building and structure around it. A quick summary without putting like any spoilers. There's basically like people called branched, and they all have this little like wooden branch that comes out from somewhere on their heads, like a little horn. And every branch has a different like power and ability. Like the main character's branch, he likes to play a bugle. He wants to be a musician. It's like sort of set in like medieval sort of time. And every time he plays the people that he wants to, or even people he doesn't want to see it, but basically people then see lights like directing them in like certain place. So he might want you to go to a certain point. So there'll be a light spot above your head that's basically telling you exactly where to go. So he becomes like sort of like a captain, because he's able to command like this like huge army like really efficiently. So rather than someone saying, "Oh, we need to attack the left," but no one will say anything, they'll just see this light, and all like 100 people will just sort of act like immediately. So it's quite efficient, and it's really powerful against like other armies that aren't that good. And then there's a little girl, and her power is really interesting. She's not a little girl; she's a woman, but she has the mind of a 9-year-old, because her power is she borrows power from her future. So she's like she can be as strong as she wants, but she has to borrow exponentially more time from her future self. And whatever she borrows at the end of that period, she just sleeps for that time.
Oh, okay.
So in her thing, she did something when she was really, really young, and basically had to sleep for 24 years. So she's a 24-year-old woman, but she has a 9-year-old's brain. But she's like, she's like the strongest person in their team, but she's a 9-year-old.
Okay, that's interesting. So
it's really well put together. So I like highly recommend anyone, if you're looking for a new manga to read and you're like, I think they're like 30-something chapters at the moment. So if you're looking for a new manga to read that.
How did you find out about it?
I think I was it actually came up on my anime app, manga app, sorry. And I try to like, when there's a new release, I'll just like read the first chapter and see how I feel. Like I've read quite a few things, and quite a lot of them I'm not saying they're like bad or anything, but to me, they just don't really do anything. Like there's one that came out recently called Alter and the Flame. I think it was the same artist who did like the Big Bad Wolf thing. I don't know if you remember that on Demi.
Oh yeah, I remember.
The same artist who did that one. And in fact, that Big Bad Wolf thing was a bit more interesting than this one. This one seems a little bit too shallow in the way like it's being told. It might end up being good, but like there's no, like I read it, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll read you maybe to kill time, but I won't recommend you to anybody, because I feel like it's not breaking any milestones. There's nothing really all that original about it. But this Bugle Call thing, I think, is pretty, like it not the concepts that they're about aren't necessarily that original, but it's being told in a really original way. So I think it's a good read. So I just happen to just check, and if I find a good one, I talk about it. If I don't find a good one, I just and the last thing is this thing. So she's playing a game called Lorelei and her Laser Eyes. And basically it's like it's a puzzle game, but the theme of it is like horror, right?
Oh, okay.
But it's not scary because scary things happen. It's scary because it's creepy.
Okay.
Right? And that's why she screams. Because some guy shows up who you have to basically pick up a lot of like information around like a room, and basically there'll be a puzzle, like a safe that you need to crack. And so like the safe will have like a 4-digit code, and something around the room will basically give you a hint as to like what the code will be. And some of the puzzles are hard. Like the hardest one we had, which we actually had to Google because we were both just like, I don't know, was V. Actually, maybe I won't say in case people want to play it. Basically, it has like 2 letters and a number, and it's like, what is the value of one of those like letters? I feel, but the number that it adds up doesn't make sense, because you think, oh, it's Roman numeral, so V is 5, L is 50, but it doesn't add up to the number 135. So we're like, how did they get 135? And we're like, is it the position in the alphabet? Is it this? Is that? It wasn't anything that we could figure out until we Googled it, and we're like, oh my god.
Okay.
Like if you know what to look for, then it's easy. But it's really good. Like it's from like watching her play it and stuff. Like it's simple controls. You just move around and interact with stuff. You have to have a notepad with you to actually write stuff down, because otherwise you're just going to forget. Yeah, because there's so much. Like you don't have to write things down, but it's like, because you have a photographic memory, so you can go into your your game and just say, oh, what have I looked at? Because there'll be books, and the books will have like 10 pages of just like stuff. And you're like, oh, maybe like it's one thing be underlined, and like, oh, but what does that mean? And then you have to just like refer to it later. It's very clever, but it's hard because the puzzles are hard. But yeah, that's everything from me that I've been up to.
Okay. Awesome. Great. All right. Let's go into the main topics at hand. Let's talk about gaming censorship. So,
have you all sort of done like a little bit of? Do you know anything about it at all?
I don't really know. Just assume I don't know anything because I started watching the video, but then I didn't.
That's fine because then you can see your reaction to stuff.
Okay.
All right. Elijah, you can say what you know.
Yeah, I say what I know. So I think it's like it starts with, if I can remember what the name of it is, Collective Mind or Collective. It's essentially an feminist lobbying group that kind of speaks out against video games that I feel is too violent or is like misogynist, for example. So let's say there's a game that I didn't even know until now. Oh gosh. They say they're games that have like incest or sexual assault, stuff like that. Right? This lobbying group
kind of games people play.
Bro, Steam allows anything apparently. So if you go to this game, actually, you know what? Let me not say that's true.
Yeah.
But let's just say there's like again, I went through the cracks and there's got a lot of incest and sexual assault and stuff like that. This lobbying group will say, okay, you guys need to, get this game off your platform and stuff like that. Because they're a massive lobbying group and stuff like that. Okay, so they do this. So which is all fine and good, but now it seems like they're attacking not just games that they feel are a bit go overboard. It's like they're even going for games that are just mature in content, like adult theme, like, a lot of gore, a lot of violence, maybe killing of women are killed in some instances, or children are killed, like, without looking at the context, just boom, taking them all down. So I think that's the incidents happen, like maybe Sean can get into a little bit, but I think there's a particular platform that just took away all adult all adult gaming content just got wiped out. What was it called?
Itch.io.
Itch.io, yeah. It's all of their content, all the adult content just got wiped out.
Why is it again like they hacking them? I don't understand.
No. Basically, it's like the so remember the OnlyFans thing, similar to that, where the banks were like, "Oh, we don't want to be thingy," and then so they decided, "Oh, we're going to take off all that content off," but then realize that there's so much money that the banks were like, "Oh, actually, let's continue."
yeah.
But with this one, basically, what it is just like people signing petitions, essentially saying, "We want this stuff done." So, and basically putting pressure on the companies that are hosting those games that are being created, and because I guess there's some legal grounds for them or something. They don't want to get in trouble. They don't want to get any legal stuff against them. So basically, they're like, okay, let's just wipe the stuff out. But it's also being sort of pressure from the banks as well, because of the, they also don't want to like get any weird publicity against them as well. So it's very, and just to quickly sort of action it, they just went, oh, if something's marked as like not suitable for work, they just got rid of it. So I think what it's about, because basically it's a game. Essentially, I think the group itself, they're very like anti-games, full stop. Right? It's not even like, oh, I'm sure there is an air of a massive thing about like safety for women and stuff in there, but I think generally they're just not really into games. I know that they're Australian, so there's like a big Christian sort of movement there. There's a game that was on Steam for, I don't know if, did he even get on Steam or was it on itch.io? But it was basically for a public eye for a very short amount of time, called No Mercy. And basically it's basically a grape game, essentially. Yeah. And so that was what they used as their like launch pad to like, this is why these games should just aren't safe. And I agree, that game shouldn't be a game. Like, it's messed up. But unfortunately, they're not saying we want this game off platforms. They're saying all games of this content off platform. And you can't, I guess, if you're giving a deadline, really, as a publishing site, you may not have time to go through. I mean, they get uploads like constantly. You can't check each one and play each one and see like, oh, is this okay? Is this not suitable? So they just said it's easier for them to just go NSFW and just wipe their site full of those things. And the problem with that a lot is that people who use itch.io to really just try and like get like some people playing, to get some publicity, get some like their game out there. It's an easy way to get your thing into the internet. That people play it, and then it could become something else. And some people like doing NSFW stuff. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's of that content. It's just like, oh, maybe there's like some woman wearing skimpy clothes or some man wearing skimpy clothes, or of that sort of nature. Because like their Reddit posts are NSFW and they may not have any pictures in there. They just talk about stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
I see.
So, but the blanket is so wide that it affects every single game that's marked that way. And Steam is also doing something as well. But I think they're also trying to like, don't quote me on this, maybe trying to like do a counter for it, because they're trying to say like, we're getting pressured by like the banks, and we're trying to say like, well, it's not fair because X, Y, and Z. Because Steam are generally quite good, I think, with the way they put games out. I think they generally don't put games like No Mercy wasn't up there for very long, if it was up there at all. So that's basically there's a big move around like the censorship of games and the argument of like people who make money and want to spend their money on stuff. Governments shouldn't be able to, or big corporations shouldn't be able to stop them from doing that, because where does the line stop essentially? Because we're all in agreement we don't want games like No Mercy on the internet, because for obvious reasons,
of course.
Like if you just do a blanket thing, does that mean like games like, I mean, I don't play this game, Stellar Blade, for example, that does that mean that then doesn't get to be bought because you decide that, or The Witcher,
or GTA,
or GTA,
Battlefield? There's so many examples.
There's so many games that sort of fall into this category of like what's appropriate. So that's what the conversation is around that, and because of the whole thing happening with the porn stuff in the UK and EU, that's happened. That shit there. It's sort of like bleeding into that same narrative of like, why do we have to have all these like loopholes and government control around the stuff that is of that stuff type or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's generally what it's about.
I think that they just indirectly just banned porn in the UK, because who really is gonna actually go out of their way?
Loads of people
to put their pictures on bloody.
I mean, you don't have to do that, though. You can just do your email and that'll be fine. But like, people are literally using like Death Stranding photos.
They're using like photos of other characters,
like video game characters,
to try and bypass the age verification system. Yeah,
and it works. It's so funny. Like,
but
it's so funny.
Death Stranding isn't like real actors on that thing as well.
Yeah, so
they use their face. So I think that's how they're able to.
I don't really know how the system even knows that a user with that face already exists in the system. I'm sure it's possible. I'm just not sure how efficient it would be, because faces make different faces all the time. But like you can get through in different ways. That doesn't have to be just a picture, but some sites require you to have a picture. Some sites require you to just have an email. Some sites require your
At least we'll find out who the porn addicts are, because boy, if you have to go all the way
when those third-party systems get hacked.
That's
all the perverts. And one of them might be your pastor.
I'm all right, bro. This is not worth it, man. Just it's all right, man.
That's kind of what's circulating in the gaming space at the moment.
That's crazy.
Censorship.
That's mad.
Is this getting out of hand? Like with the porn thing, I'm like, it's fine. It's not really a big deal. But with the gaming stuff, I'm like,
that's a bit too far.
This could bleed into like bad things.
Yeah.
But to be honest, at the end of the day, money talks. And I think like, would Battlefield really be removed from? Like, there's no way to get like Battlefield or Call of Duty be removed from.
There's too much money in that.
There's too much money. There's too much money. But for the small people who are just trying to do their own thing, like,
I mean, if it's in America, I mean they are like
just America,
free speech. I know, but they've got more kind of laws for free speech to protect against free speech and stuff.
Well, America.
Yeah, but they use it when it suits them. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Would there be this massive campaign to like, especially with guns in America and school shootings, they like to say, "Oh yeah, it's violent video games." So you can see a scenario where they say, "You know what? Let's just ban."
Yeah, all the
Very
men,
violent,
too many men
yeah.
are horny and looking at girls, so let's ban all NSW stuff.
Yeah, I can see them trying to ban porn in America. I mean, I would be surprised.
I'd be very surprised if they get away with that. That's also just money, man. There's too much money in it.
Yeah.
There's too much money. There's some stuff about how like the VCR, like I don't know if this is true, but like, the only reason the VCR sort of like survived was because of porn. Like the only reason that technology survived is because of porn. Because people wanted to buy porn. That VCR steps were like, whoop. Like, oh, the sales! Oh, we can invest in like DVDs and shit. Let's make
still buy porn DVDs and Blu-ray.
I mean, I don't know who does, but I don't know who does.
Those
relics. That's always so easily accessible now. Why are you paying for that stuff?
I only get the ones with the film grain. Otherwise, it doesn't get me there. It doesn't get
the film grain.
Yeah, the film grain. You know the texture on those old films. Oh. It has to be 4:3.
Where they have this big mustaches. The big mustache and the big hair.
The jazz in the background.
This is a gaming podcast, people. Gaming podcast.
There's nerds talking about porn censorship and stuff.
Talk about censorship. We're talking about censorship. Yeah, that's what that's about anyway. And
that's funny.
I mean, I feel like I don't personally think that they're going to be able to get I think they'll damage like the weaker industries, but I think the stronger industries will be fine. I don't think they'd be able to do anything.
They ain't banning no
like, you know how much money gaming like creates, like the amount of like money gaming creates. There's no way they're going to be able to like just be like, oh, we think games aren't suitable for children, so let's ban it. Like they've been saying that for years, and like look where we are. It's one of the most profitable industries in the world. So much so that countries that aren't even second world, third world countries are making video games and getting it out, and other countries are trying to use it as well. This is more of a theory, as like soft power, because it makes their country look good, because they're like China has really come quite far in the gaming scope now. Because back in the day, you see a Chinese gaming, you're like, what's this? What nonsense are they trying to like scam? But like, you know, like Phantom Zero, which I think is from a Chinese developer.
I think so.
Phantom Zero looks good. There was like the monkey one.
Wukong was Chinese, wasn't it?
Wukong, yeah.
Apparently that did quite well. And there was another one called Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, which I haven't played, but I've watched reviews. Some people like it. Some people are like, oh, it hasn't really shifted the mold. But like they're creating a lot of original content. When back in the day, you know, it was just like,
has it been a good game that's come from Africa?
A game?
No one I played.
I've never heard of it.
I think they're making games, but not one I played.
I'm genuinely curious, like how China has it.
I'm sure they exist, but I haven't heard one. Maybe South Africa or something, or
I saw even thing earlier about Brighton becoming like a gaming, like the Silicon Valley for gaming or something.
Brighton.
Yeah, Brighton, yeah. But I mean, it's more like just I can use Brighton could be the next Silicon Valley of gaming, BBC News. But I mean,
Silicon Valley, bro, them immoral people, bro. Anyway, that's interesting now. Let's talk about Roblox, right?
This one probably won't take very long, to be honest.
No one, but because I'm quite mixed on this. I don't know, man. I'm not a huge fan of these vigilantes that try and go for PDF files for clout. That's what they do.
PDF files. But the thing is, do you know what the story is?
I watched the video. Yeah.
Damn it, do you want to?
Yeah. Oh, am I the best person to talk about this?
Well, no, because otherways.
Okay, all right.
Watch the video, so go on.
So I don't even know what Roblox is. I keep hearing about Roblox.
You don't know what Roblox is?
I thought that's just like.
Wait, do you know what Roblox is, Elijah?
I know kids play it. I know kids like
obsessed with Roblox.
Like, I'm sure that you guys call yourselves with Roblox gaming podcasters, and you don't know what Roblox is.
I've heard of it.
You should be ashamed.
I'm just like, is it that thing that people? I've seen like our nieces play Roblox, and I'm just like, what the hell is this?
I mean, I've never played it, but I know what it is. It's just like a gaming.
It's like an engine, right?
It's an engine to make games, essentially.
Okay.
And people
are obsessed.
Kids make games out of it.
Okay.
But it's like it seems very like Minecraftian aesthetics.
Yeah.
But it's basically a platform to like make games and put them on the internet, and then you can play online with your friends and stuff. That's kind of what it is.
Well, from what I know, is that there's some guy trying to catch pervs It's basically to catch a to catch a predator, but
That's what he's
Roblox.
doing.
Yeah. And
That's what he's
because
doing.
of course it's just a bit like that thing. What was it called? Was it Club Penguin or was it Habbo Hotel?
Club
I think
Penguin
it was
also. Club Penguin
Club
is
Penguin.
I don't
Maybe
know. I don't
Habbo
know how much.
Hotel.
I mean, I'm sure there were definitely pedophiles.
But like there was people on there as well that liked the kids, and Roblox people like the kids. And one guy is basically because the Roblox doesn't do any. Basically, he'll report these people. They'll get and they wouldn't get banned from the servers until it becomes a public thing. So he keeps having to do this whole thing of like I'm exposing these predators and blah blah blah. But then Roblox is like, is it Roblox itself, right?
Yeah, Roblox.
Yeah, Roblox itself is just like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that because of this, and it's just kind of making excuses.
Or at least whoever owns Roblox.
Yeah, whoever owns, and it's just like, yeah, but if you were doing your jobs, we wouldn't have to do this. If you were protecting kids, you wouldn't have to do this. So it's become a thing of like, okay, are they doing? They're now protecting these predators. It's indirectly protecting these predators because they're not doing enough. They're not responding to what's going on. Basically, in a nutshell, I guess. I don't know if I covered it.
Yeah, you did. That's basically it. It's just this guy. Because basically what they're pushing back on is like, oh, we don't. Like they sort of accuse him of entrapment.
Yeah,
and he is like, no, that's not what happens. Like he just basically pretends to be younger than he is, essentially, because it's not like he's like 30 or anything.
Yeah,
so he's younger than he is, and he just sort of like these people then play and teach him how to play. But then they invite him to a Discord.
And it happens on Discord, not even on Roblox.
And the stuff that happens comes out on Discord. And then he reports him to police, he reports him to Roblox. Because you can still report people on Roblox, but apparently like their safety measures are quite lax and weak and doesn't really do anything. Like I think it's almost like trying to get trolls off your video game is hard. Or is it hard? I don't know. But anyway. And he gets people even get arrested.
Yeah.
Like they get arrested and everything. And then like you say, when it becomes public thing, they're like, oh, we've now done something about it. And part of it might be seems to do like the fact that, well, one, I do wonder how much of it is like money related or how much of it is resources related, because if Roblox doesn't have, because a lot of video games are online these days, they don't really, like World of Warcraft used to have a team of in-game support people where you would message someone saying, oh, I'm stuck in this bush or whatever, which happens. And a game master will appear in the game that's a real person and be like, oh, we'll sort this out for you. Like this actually happened to me once I was playing World of Warcraft when I was younger, where there was a raid. There were 10 of us in this raid, and the boss basically got stuck. And we were like, what are you supposed to do? Like, the boss is stuck. He was stuck in the air or something. We were like, what's happening? And then we couldn't do anything. We were just like, oh, what the hell's happening? And then we messaged, like, made a support ticket, and a game master appeared. And he was just, like, wearing this, like, blue robe as a character. There's loads of memes on the internet about it.
I've got to Google
It's like a blue robe, and he's just like some white man with a beard or whatever. We're not always a white man, but the one you get memes of white man. And basically he was like, oh, hi guys. And he has some like crazy fantasy name.
That's so funny.
And then he just like, he can fly and everything. He swims in the air. And then he basically just does some stuff. And then the boss basically just disappears and appears where he's supposed to be. And he's like, oh, is there anything else I can help with? And we're like, can you kill it for us? And he was like, no, I can't do that. And then he disappears. But that like experience is gone now, because they've really like tapped down on their support team. And because they're just like, it's when you look at the numbers, they're like, oh, this thing costs us X. Can we just like, but doesn't really give us anything like we can have monetary value to, like assign monetary value to, because it's just like a support gaming experience. So I would imagine maybe a Roblox company, I don't know this for a fact, but I wonder if those people who would actually be handling a situation like this, they just don't exist. You know, so it's easy to let go through this report. Like we have a system already, report them. And you report them, but the system isn't well defined enough to handle a situation like that, because it's not even like, oh, we've looked at this person's account and we can't see anything wrong, so they're fine. But it's like, yeah, of course you won't, because everything happens on Discord. So they're like, oh, there's no need for us to do anything. And then when it becomes like a big public situation, then a real person goes in and like has to basically make a call about it. But until then, you know, and I was thinking like, could it be money related? But I was like, I don't know. I'm sure there are loads of adults that play Roblox, obviously, but I'm like, you can't surely making that much money off these kind of people, though, surely. So I feel like maybe it's a support resources thing. Maybe.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
it was but that was the funny thing I saw this morning, and I was like, "What the heck is this?"
I
That's
call
so
I think
you.
weird.
I don't know if they even. I think they sent him a cease and desist. I think that's what it was. I think they sent him cease and
Okay.
desist.
Yeah, I don't know if they prevent him from. They banned him from Roblox.
No, I don't think they. Actually, did they ban? No, I think they may have banned him. Oh, I double check
I
this.
thought that's what people were a bit.
I think they did ban him,
Like, yeah, so they
which
banned
is
him
even
because
worse. It's like you making us look bad, so we're going to ban you.
Yeah, I think that's basically what it was. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Which
You're
is
bringing a lot of heat to us,
worse.
That's
It's just
actually
like-
crazy. Yeah, then you are protecting the
Yeah,
predators.
so who's going to say
That's
anything?
essentially
Like,
what it is.
yeah, because it's just like, I guess every time every time he finds one, he puts it on the internet.
Yeah,
he puts
okay.
it on blast, so it makes it seem like the company is apparently the stock didn't really move, but
Okay.
like it makes them seem like incompetent because they have all these PDFs, as Elijah was saying, in their video game. So they rather just like no one know they're in there than a guy find them on a weekly basis or whatever.
Or maybe feel that the guys are trying to get clout. You know, them guys that just go out and they try and expose these guys, and then they start beating them up.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he's not doing that, but
yeah, I know, but maybe they feel.
yeah, I mean, to be honest, like if you're putting that kind of stuff on the internet, then half of it probably would be for some sort of clout. Like if that's what you're, because you can do it without making it a public figure out of it.
Yeah.
So
Fair.
yeah, an element of it probably is for like.
It's not like you're doing it for
clouts,
educational purposes. Like,
no, like
But
it's a good cause, but also it's just like.
But it's also to expose those guys as well, because
Yeah,
they're on the
it's
internet
true,
now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the police will expose them already. If you get caught for doing anything like that, you go on record, and you people will find you on a record, a very public record, and be like. But then if you're on the internet, like your face there, it's almost like so many more people are aware of it because I don't Google who's on pedophile records daily. But that's the other thing that happened.
That humiliation is one for the ages, man. I just don't want to be the guy and I'm like, oh, I recognize this person. I'll kill myself with shame.
But,
like, oh, I know this guy. Bro, imagine. Oh,
yeah.
Hey.
I mean, I'm not going to Google that anytime soon.
Just stay away from the
I actually know
kids.
somebody who knows somebody who's on record.
Ish.
Basically, they can't talk anymore. Just.
But what can you say?
when he found out, I wasn't saying any names. When he found out, he was just like you're finished. Like I can't. There's no. There's no like relationship I can have with you essentially because like you're essentially like a PDF. It's like so it's just like
that's crazy.
Bro, that is
we're just blowing up their lives.
That's crazy
for school children. I don't understand, but anyway,
crazy.
Bro,
damn,
to be on that list, but it's wild,
Crazy.
This is a gaming podcast.
All right, on to more lighthearted.
Do you even have anything else? What else is there?
But I want to talk about this because I saw this a couple of weeks ago on WhatsApp to a discussion about the Mount Rushmore of childhood anime games.
Oh,
okay.
What did they say?
They got they make some of them make sense, like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Beyblade.
Actually, when you said the Mount Rushmore of anime, what does that mean?
Of childhood anime.
Of childhood
anime. The ones that we grew up watching.
Oh, childhood.
Okay.
They're not necessarily the best anime of all time, but the ones like when you think of childhood anime, these are the ones that stick to mind. For me, Pokemon is
okay, of course,
number one. They had like Yu-Gi-Oh for me. That's there. I know some people don't. Not a lot of people watch it. Digimon, you can make an argument for it.
Yeah,
maybe like Beyblade. But those are the ones that stick out. But I don't know if there's any that you feel.
Basically, just the stuff that to me, it's just stuff that was on Cartoon Network to me. Because like the easiest exposure to anime for me as a child was from Cartoon Network. Otherwise, you'd be thinking, no, you got to that phase where you started downloading stuff.
Yeah,
but I think that was like, but that was like, I don't know, how old were we then? That may have been like, it was obviously before I went to uni. Or it must have been like 15, 16 or something.
Something like that.
Just like waiting 3 days for an episode of Dragon Ball Z, and then you get rickrolled at the end. Jesus, that was annoying. But like, yeah, the Toonami stuff, like you mentioned, like I said, Outlaw Star was one of the ones that was there because that was a bit more like seemed a bit more mature. And obviously anything else, like I remember going in school, there was this boy, and he basically was like big geek, right? So, and he let me. I remember this. We were all in the house. I think I don't remember who else was there, but the house was full of people, and we're watching an anime called Flame of Recca. Do you remember?
Don't know if I remember.
You don't remember?
I remember Flame of Recca, but I don't also remember watching it.
Oh, okay. Because the reason why you might know is because I brought it home, and we were watching Flame of Recca. Like, it was like he gave me like literally his entire deck.
I don't remember watching
tapes.
Maybe I was at Tekkers or something. I don't know.
I house full of someone. I don't know who people were, but we were all watching Flame of Recca. Maybe it was Lay and Henry. But like, so there's like stuff like that. But they're not childhood animes, I suppose, because the stuff that I got, because basically it was like not getting, because you run home and you turn the TV on and it's on at a certain time, and if you miss it, and we didn't have cable, so it was like if you miss it, you miss it, So it was like trying to get other anime from other sources, because the stuff that like the Pokemon, all that stuff, I didn't really have access to unless we were in our cousin's house, and then. But yeah, those are, I mean, I would agree that they're the only childish anime that I had access to. But I wouldn't necessarily say that they made me into anime, got me into anime, to be honest. Because back then, Pokemon to me was just like a cartoon. It wasn't like anime as I think of anime now. It was just a cartoon. It was things like Naruto was what got me in. But I didn't really do that until I got into uni. But to me, they were just cartoons.
Yeah.
But that's my take.
Fair.
I hear it.
I mean, similar, but I think there's some stuff that some obscure stuff that's kind of made me aware of, like, it was still like a fringe thing, like talking about anime and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, what's this anime thing? I just to explain what manga was in school, they were just like, what the hell are you talking about? And then they will take the piss out of me because like, oh, you watch cartoons, and it's like,
motherfucker, you're 14.
Oh, come on, guys.
It's like, of course we watch cartoons. We're 14.
Relax, guys. Like, well, I didn't really get super into it until Naruto and like Gundam Seed and stuff like that.
Gundam Seed was on Cartoon Network as well.
Was it?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I remember
watching that stuff. I remember watching that stuff on the Cartoon Network.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yes.
I remember there was like some CDs that we had. They had like 4 episodes of the CD because the CDs couldn't keep that many episodes.
Yeah, Gundam was definitely on Cartoon Network as well.
I mean, I think for me,
Toonami.
For me, it was a thing of like the obvious ones. If we're going by like childhood nostalgia, you have the obvious ones like DBZ, Pokemon, and Digimon. Like those for me, those would probably be the top 3 for me. But then there'll be obscure ones like Ranma Half.
Yeah.
Like when our sister would bring home like the cassette tape of
from used to borrow from Jillian.
Yeah, she'll borrow those anime stuff, and they'll have like 4 or 5 episodes on them. So we watch like Ranma Half and stuff, which was really entertaining. Like kids should not be watching that stuff though. It wasn't. It was old school. It's a bit dirty, but like
dirty.
It's so funny. Oh my gosh, and the remake like is so good. But like for me, it was like Ranma Half. I remember. I guess this wasn't an anime though. It was just a manga. Oh my goddess, we had just random.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, oh my goddess. Yeah.
You know, oh my goddess.
Was there not an anime on that? I swear there was.
Yeah,
there was.
So there were all these little different like things that all these random, what do you call them, when anime didn't have that higher budget and they could only do like 3 episode OVAs. So we had like all the Gainax stuff, so Furikuri and Magical Shopping Arcade, Ebanabashi. That was a good one, man. But like growing up, it was just like the obvious stuff. I think DBZ, Pokemon, Digimon. And I'll probably just throw in Ranma Half or Evangelion there, because like that kind of carried the torch.
If anyone can tell me what the hell is going on in the anime, I'll give you £100.
I kind of want to watch it, but I just don't want to watch it. If you get what I mean.
bro.
There's like a version of it that has like a better.
That's
ending.
what I've been told.
It's
like,
too,
there's one
it's
that
too
has
woke for me, man. That thing was
It's too
that thing was,
woke for you.
That thing was confusing as hell, man.
What's
You know
that
they try,
mean? It's too woke
no,
for
man.
you?
They try and like go to this higher plane, and bro,
Dude,
I ain't got a clue what's happening.
That's half of anime. Half of anime is
nothing like
what are you talking
Evangelion,
about?
bro. Because I watched the original like back when, bro, I was like 15, 16, trying to understand what was going on, having to read like these exposés on what the true ending of Evangelion is, or what the themes are. I didn't have a clue, man. All I know is that theme song was dope.
Yep.
And the fights were good.
Yeah, it was a good show.
And the budget, and they ran out of money towards the end, man. You can tell. If you if you don't believe me, look at if you just YouTube Evangelion elevator scene.
Okay.
That man run out of pee, bro. Slideshow. You'll be lucky if you even see if things move. It's just like for like 5 minutes. And you know what's funny about it? People are like making 10-minute essays about the significance of this scene.
Why?
You may see it as just
so
them running out of money, but what you really need to know is
that makes no sense.
I don't bet you guys are overthinking this, bro. They didn't have peas, bro. Like that was it. They broke.
Yeah,
they ran out of money.
They struggled then, man. Like, the guy.
You know what this reminds me, because you're not playing the Rushmore stuff, and I feel like the stuff that really started to really get me was like after that point, because like when I got home from the gym today, I was like, you know what I want to watch? I want to watch iShow 21 again.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because that was just like, and also I wonder, because I thought that show was just like so good.
So good.
So good. And I'm like, was it really as good as I remember though? And I'm like, I think I need to rewatch iShow 21.
Yes. Sometimes, like when I was at that anime restaurant, and I was talking to that woman, she was just like, when she was talking about Death Note, and she's just like, now I'm watching it through adult eyes. She's like, Light is an idiot. How did he get that far?
Is he? I wouldn't agree with that.
No,
I wouldn't agree with that.
She was just like, nah, he was very lucky, you know. Because when you watch his adult eyes,
dude,
you're
like for what I'm seeing at the moment,
he nerfed himself.
He like I'm only getting to the point now where I think I know what's going to happen. I can't say it because I think this.
Yeah.
But basically, when he meets the girl, and the girl is just. She's such a liability. No wonder you almost got caught like at that point, because she's such a liability. If it wasn't for the whole like memory loss thing.
Yeah.
No, but he could have won easily. But remember when he refused to?
Hey, what
Wait,
part?
no, this is the beginning. Like, how far are you in Death Note? Sorry, with
literally just at the part where that girl is about to lose her memory.
Okay, so you know this already. When Ryuk talks to him and says, "Why don't you just take the power that allows you to see people's names? So you can just."
Because he didn't want to take half his life.
Exactly. But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's gonna die in 40 years from there, right?
Yeah, that's my point. But he could have wiped out his enemies easily. So he nerfed himself by saying, "I'm not gonna do that because I want to."
He wants to live for more than 30.
I am cute. Bro,
what's the point if you're gonna like kill half the people that you want to kill? And
was it that first or second episode when they start playing that game with each other? When he fought as a bit baddest man on earth. He tries to kill Kira. Yeah. And then he outs himself. Oh yeah, you're in Japan, mate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you. I was like,
he's like, he figured out literally what prefecture this guy is in by episode like 2 or 3.
Bro, that's how I know. Bro, I was like, this anime is serious, bro.
Yeah, this one's good.
Yeah,
it's really like the cliffhangers are just like, oof. And I'm watching it. Mate. I'm watching it dubbed at the moment, and it's like so weird watching like the old school stuff dubbed. Because some of the like voice acting is so like overdone.
When it was
like,
eating the crisps.
It's not subtle at all. You're like,
the potato chips.
Down.
I will kill people with my left hand.
Yeah.
I will eat the potato chips.
Eat a potato chip, and no one's gonna know anything. It's like, calm down.
The voice acting was so bad.
The voice acting was just like, you guys need to listen.
Have you seen the one that they did?
Have
you seen the dub of what was it, Breaking Bad? I swear I posted it. Yeah, I posted it. I said I'm going to post it after this thing. They're basically taking a piss out of English dubs. People are like, oh, English dubs aren't too bad. And they did it for Breaking Bad as if it was Dragon Ball Z.
Why does Breaking Bad need a dub?
Bro, I'm telling you, I need to send it to you. I'm going to find it, bro.
Right.
I was...
Because they're on something. Because I think like voice acting today is like so much better.
Yeah.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like you watch that and you're like, I'm not watching this stuff in dub. Like it just breaks the immersion. But actually, it's not too bad. It's okay. This one, it's not as bad as the other one.
Fair.
It's like run like a black man's chasing you. Yeah,
bro, let me see.
But apparently that one though, apparently they did that on purpose because apparently they didn't really care about that market. So it was like, oh, here's this thing, just dub it, and they just made up their own story. Because that anime apparently is supposed to be a horror. It's supposed to be a horror, but it's just funny because of the dub. But anyway, it's not a story.
I know some people are Team Light, but that guy's a psychopath.
How can the people be Team Light anyway?
Some people are Team Eren, bro. I watched. It is what it is, man.
I mean, that makes a bit more sense than Team
Light.
No,
I don't, bro. That
guy does. Man. It makes more sense than Team Light. Even if you don't agree with it, it makes more sense than Team Light. Like, would you rather back a literal murderer, sociopath, or someone who feels like they had no choice?
My guy commit genocide, bro. Allow it, man.
I was watching FD, the guy that I posted in the group chat, the guy that does all the the black guy that does all the kind of videos on society and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he was talking about edgelords.
I haven't seen that.
He was saying that he was like, now I think I understand edgelords, but he was just like talking about how like he's basically the video. He's like maybe treat them a bit nicer because they're still losers. But it's he's a bit like I wouldn't go as far to call them losers anymore because it's just like they already feel pushed to a corner.
Well, in case they find a death note.
That's why they relate to people like to edge
like
to
Light.
Yeah, they relate to people like Light and Eren Yeager.
So, but Tega also backs Eren, but he's not an edgelord.
I know not everyone is the edgelord.
He backs Superman in Injustice as well, man.
I think maybe Tega is an edgelord.
He just likes his far out authoritarians, bro. I don't get it, man.
Tega backed Superman in Injustice.
Yeah, he backed Superman. Ask him. He backed Superman in Injustice.
Nah, that's just
his
mental.
chest.
Ask him. I had a conversation about it.
Because your girlfriend died, you decided you wanted to just.
You just want to wipe out everyone. You just want to be a full-on fascist, bro.
Yeah, because your girlfriend died.
And his unborn baby. His unborn baby.
Man,
the guy was tyranny, bro.
Unborn babies die.
Have you not seen?
It happens all over the place. Like
man acts like Saddam Hussein. I'm going to execute my enemies.
How could he back Superman?
Anyway, I don't get it, man.
Well, it would say that edgelords relate to people like what's his name? The guy from The Boys. What's his name?
Homelander
and stuff. They relate to
people love Homelander. I'm just like
edgelords just really they like Homelander. They like Joker. They like
Joker. Okay, liking Joker is different from liking Homelander, though.
Yeah,
like,
I
think that's different because Joker as a villain, like it's sort of like that got to a point where we started. I was like, I think Frieza's a great villain.
Well,
but Frieza's like.
But not
they relate to him. They relate to him.
As in the movie Joker. As in the movie The Joker.
Yeah, you know Joker, the one that you guys didn't like.
The one with what's his face? Yeah,
Joaquin
Phoenix.
Yeah, they relate to those kind of characters because they're just like, oh, there's society, they're outcasts of society, blah blah. So they relate
to Homelander. Though. I don't.
Yeah, Homelander. I'm like, what?
Homelander is a full-on sociopath.
But not like he's not. But they did more to in the first couple of seasons for you to understand his character a bit more because he was born in a test tube. He was raised in a lab.
I didn't feel sorry for
He had this Oedipus complex. He has this complex about growing old and stuff like that. So it's a bit like he's an outcast himself, and his whole compass of how he acts is because he just wants to be loved and stuff like that, which is similar to like an edgelord, but it doesn't give them. It doesn't mean it's.
My
it's
guy's
okay,
done
but...
some of the most heinous, horrible things he can ever make.
And you're like, oh, I like this guy. And it's like,
yeah,
what?
Well, when you say
there with your wife and kids, and you're just there going, I really relate to Homelander.
And they literally had to go to in the series and say, okay, we're going to have to say plain as day that this guy's not a good person. By
to make it worse,
that exact what you just
said. I think the first season when it was clear that he sexually assaulted someone, right, to have a child. To be fair, they haven't. They allude to it, right, but they haven't explicitly said this is what Homelander did. So people can give him the benefit of the doubt. He didn't really do it, but read between the lines, man.
Like, the woman wasn't single. He could literally kill her at any point. There's nothing consensual about that entire situation. But to be like, oh, maybe he didn't
Yeah, because you never outright said Homelander did
into,
this.
If you walk into this room with a man that's holding like a pistol, and he asks you to do something, and you go yes, and then people go, oh, but he asked you, could have just said no. And it's like, what? That is daft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it.
But hey, America.
But anyway,
yeah.
why didn't she? She could have just said no. It's like this man kills people in his. This man kills people in his office elevator, and you're telling me you could have said no? Are you joking? Anyway.
Oh my God.
Hey, Deep, blow A train.
Like,
and that's the guy you think that you want to go and tell him talk to him anyhow. I bet
that scene, I was like,
I was killing my. Oh,
he's not actually no.
Yeah, no.
And then they can't do nothing. They can't.
They
He
can't,
has
what
to
you
do
gonna
it.
Anyway.
I mean, you kind of have the point, but still, like, why do you have to go that far?
But then it's just like, he's like, get the hell up, man.
No one can challenge, bro. No one can challenge you because of who you are, you fucking dickhead. You're thinking people just by looking at you sideways. Like, what? This guy's just. Yeah, not correct. I bet anyway.
Yeah.
That's enough for today, man. Follow us on follow us on all these platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud. We'll catch you in the next one. My Homelander's a waste, man. How can people even like that guy? I'm sorry, bro. That's crazy. With all the evil this man has done, you're like, that's my guy right there. He relates to me. I can see myself through him. Yeah, not correct. So go to the mental asylum, man, please. Yeah.
All right.
See you, people. Homelander. Please see people later. Ciao, Homelander.